Hello and welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. This is episode 42. I am your host. My name is Baby Pepsi, and with me, as always, Gassy Goo, the Mechanic, Lil Ricky B, and Gizmo. It's the first time I get to officially use our new nicknames, and I was so scared I was going to fuck it up this morning that I watched the nickname draft again the last 10 minutes just to make sure I had them all right, and then I practiced, and then I still almost fucked it up on my name out the gate.
I thought you did great.
Yeah,
God,
you did
damn.
fantastic.
On the outside, I might have done well. On the inside, it was a dumpster fire.
It was great. It came across great. Can we say before we really get going into this episode, I'm alarmed that Gavin is here. I'm very worried.
Oh, no.
I don't trust him being clean right now.
Oh, yeah.
He
Texted you or someone. I don't know if it was in one of our slides. He slacked it. Once again, he declared an emergency poo 1 minute before we were supposed to start, and then he showed up like 40 seconds later, which I don't understand.
I didn't start the emergency poo at 10:59. I was just letting you know I was still dealing with one.
Yeah, but the fact that you showed up so soon, the fact that you felt the need to alert us that that was occurring, yet still showed up.
Well, let's be fair. I know how long it takes me to wipe, and I was budgeting accordingly.
How long does it take? How long does it take you to wipe?
Probably do it for a minute.
That's a lot of wiping, dude. You must have a
Continuously?
raw asshole. We also know, though, however, that Gavin has a system worked out where he doesn't have to wash his hands after he goes to the bathroom because they never touch anything other than his phone, apparently. So I guess that cuts down on time.
That's for a specific bog and only for piss. And and the whole point is I still wash my hands anyway. I'm just saying I don't have to.
Why bother?
Why bother? Because I wash my hands a bunch every day.
Can I ask a personal question? You feel free not to answer this. When you do podcast poo like this, are you using your knuckle method, or is this no need for the knuckle method?
I was wondering that as well.
No, there's no need. Oh, I'm not.
Well, you do both. You don't do just one. You do both.
Yeah, you do both when you poo.
Both knuckles?
I don't think I've ever taken a shit and not peed in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm saying if there's poo involved, I don't knuckle.
Don't trust it?
Extra pee. Yeah.
You also said something. You said something I thought was interesting a few seconds ago. On the why bother front, you said, I don't have to wash my hands, but I do anyway. I wash my hands a bunch of times a day. Why bother? Why bother going through the process of telling us you could get through using the bathroom without washing your hands if you're also going to wash your hands?
Yeah.
The discussion was with Meg. I was like, look, surely I don't have to do this. But I didn't ever just not ever wash my hands.
What did who the conversation was with have to do with anything?
Is Meg in the room with us right now?
Yeah. That was a weird clarification.
Well, like sometimes, right? Sometimes Jeff will say something about a conversation with Emily, or Eric will mention
Why
a
are you going to
conversation
drag my
he had
wife
with
into this?
small wife. I'm just saying that was the person who I had the conversation with about, holy shit, don't even have to wash my hands.
I'm just enjoying I said one thing and we're all going at you for different things, so I'm just trying to add on to it, and I'm really enjoying it.
Well,
As someone who's typically on the back foot.
I would say the audience was pretty on board with the knuckling.
I was on board with the knuckling.
Not that they do it with a knuckle.
Yeah. It's just the way you said it.
Wait, what was wrong with the way I said it?
You said it.
I think everyone, I don't want to say everyone, obviously that's not true, but I feel the majority of people I saw vocalized they agreed with you, but that you described it in a poor way.
Well, what's new there? Look, the only reason a knuckle came into it is because I was trying to invent a bidet attachment that just had a little knuckle on it that came out. It could have been anything. It could have been a ball. It could have been a fingertip.
You know, we were saying that we could invent a tool. Emily was saying you should call it a moose knuckle, but I was just thinking you could call it a goose knuckle.
Wait, why are you bringing Emily into this?
Hell
yeah, because I wanted to give I wanted to give her credit for the idea that I then modified.
He was explaining the context of it, where your reference to that you had a conversation with Meg was said in a defensive tone, as if that somehow clarified something, where it was just really an additional piece of info that was irrelevant.
If this keeps the fight going, I'm on Gavin's side.
So has anyone tried it in between?
No.
No.
I mean, I kind of have my own pull and tug and shake method.
Okay, let's hear it. So you pretty much deal with the penis?
Yeah, I mostly just deal with the penis. I don't really I don't really fuck with the gooch that much. I mostly just like pull and tug and yank and shake and go, God damn it, dude, stop. Just stop dripping. Be done. For fuck's sake, be done.
Exactly.
Nick has his own method as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's like Jeff's. It's like, come on, let's go. I got shit to do. Get the drips out. Yeah.
And how long are we dripping for typically?
You add like 4 seconds every year of age.
Yeah.
At this point, I drip way longer than I pee.
I
Not that bad yet.
I think people got the wrong end of the stick because I was talking about going from the back with the bidet. I don't ever touch any of that from behind, right? I don't even have to touch my skin. I can do it through my boxers at a urinal. I can just get a finger, up by the balls through the boxers, give it a little, and then I'm done.
My issue is never with the journey as much as it was the location, and you can't really change that. You could tell me you're going north, you're going east. It doesn't really matter. It's where we're landing is.
Yeah, it was less about the approach and more about the destination.
But I mean, we could change it up if you want. You can tell me we're going a different direction.
We're gonna go up the right leg. We're gonna hook around the thigh. We're gonna go up over the belly button.
What about if it was just the toilet seat that shocked you? They gave you a little electric shock. How do you feel about that?
What?
That
What does it do?
It shocks you. I felt that part was very clear.
Why does it?
So you get the pee out.
Sucks.
Oh.
This sucks.
You think you electrocute the piss out?
Yeah, I think you could. I think you could surprise yourself and go, oh, and your body like tenses up, and then you get all the drips out.
It's easier than changing underwear. I'll do it.
So if I sit on a couple of shot collars and see if it helps get the dregs out, that'd be a good test for you.
If you put an anti-bark collar on your ass and farted, would you shock yourself? Would that be enough to trigger it?
What detects the bark? Is it a sound
I don't
thing?
know. Is it sound?
Is it vibration?
I have no clue what causes those things to shock, but I never thought of if you could activate one via a fart. But that's very funny to me.
What if we collared Jeff's testicles with a shock collar?
That's not necessary. That's not necessary.
Okay.
We don't need to do that. What we need to do is we need to do it, and I'll do it if you do it, okay? I'll do it if you do it. I go in, I stand at the urinal, and I pee. And as soon as I wrap up and I begin the dripping, shaking, pulling, pleading, begging process, you electrocute me with a stun gun in the back. And then we'll see we'll see what happens. And then I'll do it to you. And then that way we both get stun gunned.
Into the urinal.
So we're both miserable. We do, and we have 2 people sample size to determine the success of it.
There's no way I don't just bang my cock into the ceramic.
We'll see. I don't know. We don't. It would be a low voltage. We'll do it on a low one. We don't have to. Yeah.
I think just the fear that you could be zapped would be enough. I think having someone stand behind you with a stun gun and it's possible that they might shoot you with it would get you record drip time.
Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to do it religion style and just rule by fear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just every bathroom has a stun gun that zooms out as soon as you start pulling up your underwear. It fucking nestles in right next to your butt.
I think the thing I'm most suspicious of is that Eric is of an age very similar to the amount of podcasts we've done and is still doing all of his squeezing internally, apparently.
Yep.
How do you do that?
You just sort of, keep it healthy.
You keep it healthy.
I feel like a squeezer would agree with my shock method, Eric. How do you feel?
Yeah, I don't know. Why you're insane. Put an electric toilet seat and then zap your ass to get.
But it doesn't
piss
happen
out?
every time. I think it only happens sometimes.
I don't want it to happen any times, Andrew. It does not need to happen ever. I don't think. Yeah, you do like a little bit of squeezing. Sometimes you just gotta you kind of stand there for an extra little bit and give it a little bit of time, but you just sort of internal squeezing. Do you do internal squeezing throughout the day?
What do you mean?
I'm asking Gavin.
Like the kegels?
Yeah.
Not really. Am I supposed to?
I mean, I think it's like working a muscle a little bit, isn't it?
You don't work out your Kegel muscles?
I don't really think to.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, maybe I should. So what's your routine? How many reps
The
are you
answer
doing?
is not well. He's fingering his asshole.
I'm not sitting down doing reps,
No,
but
you're
sometimes
not.
you just gotta, if you're just kind of like sitting, you sit and squeeze. But Gavin, I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole time we're talking right now, brother, I'm squeezing.
I did it for a second, but I got tired.
That's exhausting. Just put a shock seat.
I got to be honest. I didn't think we'd be this far into this episode still talking about Gavin's bathroom etiquette.
I figured we'd be talking nicknames way more than we have, and we just went right into fingering butts or whatever.
I got one last thing on toilets, and then I'm going to move on. Do you think there's a way that, you know how fingerprints are identifiable? Is there anything on our ass that makes us uniquely identifiable?
I have a
Anus.
mole.
Oh.
I guess that'd be scanning. I don't know how I'd feel about that. I was just thinking about if you have a shock toilet seat, you might not necessarily want everybody in your household to be part of it. So if there's a way like you could sit on it and it like registers your
thumbprinted.
cheeks. Yeah, like a butt thumbprint.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the anus is pretty unique. Because there was that service, wasn't there, that turned your anus into little chocolates.
I don't want it to scan my anus though. That's too personal. I don't like. That'd be a really funny thing to see fingerprints and anal print on a sheet for a criminal.
Sir, we swept the whole place. Oh, did you get any fingerprints? No, and you're not going to like what I have to say next.
His anus was all over the place.
He was beheaded, so we couldn't get dental records, but thank God they left the anus intact.
I just thought the idea of them dusting down a doorknob and being like, this isn't fingers.
Oh, man. Hey, we have, there's two things I'd like to talk about today, if you guys don't mind. One, I would like to talk about a recent, a heartbreak or setback that the company has had. Maybe that we could discuss. And then the second thing I'd like to talk about at some point today, just don't let me forget, I am in a deja vu nightmare that I cannot seem to break out of this week.
I love it.
And it's making nighttime miserable for me.
Do I know about the company heartbreak?
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, we can cover that real fast. But we've been talking a lot about getting an office, and that being something that we're working towards. We have. We don't like to announce announcements if at all possible. We don't like to get too far ahead of our skis on this stuff. But we had been making a lot of progress in the background. So much progress, in fact, that we found an office. We toured it 3 times. Went ahead and put in an application, got approved for the application. I paid the deposit, and while I was waiting for the lease to sign, the landlord decided not to rent to us. And we lost the place, and we don't really know why. It's kind of a bummer. It's more than a bummer. It really sucks because it was about 3 to 4 weeks it was basically all of January. Behind the scenes, we were running around looking at properties, and Eric and I specifically were dealing with a real like landlords and real estate agents and a tenant. And I had to put in a lot of time in with this tenant to get in his good graces. It was a whole thing. And just like the rug got pulled out from under us at the 11th and a half hour. And I just am.
We tested a lot of the walks to coffee shops and stuff.
We did. We were all over the neighborhood. We had started to plan where stuff was going to go. It was the really frustrating thing was it was a perfect space for us. Like it checked off literally every single need we had and was affordable. And it just sucks because now we're back to zero and we have to start all over again. And so that's a little peer behind the curtain of stuff that that was going on in January that we weren't really talking about publicly because we wanted to get the office first before we brought it up. And because we were so excited about it, and then we fucking lost it.
Do you think the owner listened to Regulation 41 and just decided?
Genuinely, no. I don't think it had anything to do with that. We also lost it before 41 came out. So it would have been 40 that did us in. What I think happened is I think the landlord decided they wanted to sell the place. And they wanted to give us a short lease. And I pushed back on that. And I wanted at least a year lease. And that's where we lost it, which is ludicrous to ask for anything less than a year lease. So I think it probably means they were just trying to have a stopgap solution until they were ready to put the place on the market and sell it.
Yeah, I was so excited initially when you said that we got rejected because I thought it would be for content reasons. And that's very funny. The premise of at the final hour being like, well, maybe I should look into this a little bit, and seeing you with a jackhammer in your backyard making a beanhole, and then being like, we can't. No.
Nick was luckily the hot dogs on the fan hadn't come out yet. Nick said it was probably cum related. It might have been, who knows? But we definitely lost our office, and we don't have one. And now if you know of an office in Austin, let Eric know.
We'll get another one.
Please don't let Eric know. Thank you. I did the benefit for you of looking at some research of some office buildings. Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, keep it to yourself. Appreciate you.
Anyway, it's I bring it up more just to tell you guys a little bit of behind the scenes with a little squeeze of sausage out of the tube, but also just to show you that it's been a really successful, wild, wonderful launch, and things have gone incredibly well on almost every front. And this is just an example of one that didn't work out for us.
That's very true.
Gotta throw that out there.
What would be the name of our office?
Cum House.
Oh God.
Oh, we're in the Cumb era.
No, I don't know. I really don't know.
That happened outside of main regulation canon, but that was if you're interested in the origins of Cumb with a B, that was from our Mario Party Gurpeltine's Day stream.
$8,000. $8,000, and
the scenario was $8,000, but you have to spell cum with a silent B at the end. And
for the rest of your life.
I've done a lot of these, $1 million, but which are always quite involved. It's a big life change. I like the idea of little dreggy amounts that would make a huge difference to like a year, but over the span of your lifetime, you wouldn't even be able to notice.
I'm really curious to know what you consider like canon content.
Regulation podcast?
Just that? It's just the podcast?
Well, some people don't even touch our gameplay stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just that was like a big Gerpler. Like I feel like that was a big event stream for us.
That feels like if any supplemental content would be considered canon, I feel like that would be the one, because it was a direct response to something that happened on the podcast.
I was just curious if you had specific, because I've never considered like what is or isn't mainline canon for this podcast. I think that's an interesting thought.
Well, I mean, it leaks into the canon because I actually have a request of Jeff.
We got some canon leakage?
Yeah, can I make a request for the license plate of my car?
Oh.
Yeah, you can make a request. You want CUMBCAR?
Yeah.
Let's see if it's available. Yeah, we'll see if it's available. And yeah.
CUMB CAR.
Maybe
That's
if we
a great
spell it
license plate.
CUMB space BCAR, they'll fall for it. CUMBCAR.
When you look at any successful business, you always just see the front end of it, but what you don't necessarily think about is what is powering that business. And that's why I am here to tell you about Shopify. They power businesses to allow them to be the powerhouses that you see from the outside, but what's underneath the hood is Shopify. Let me tell you that nobody does selling better than Shopify. They're amazing. They have so many systems and tools you can use. They are an absolutely fantastic service. They're the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. I mean, if you're trying to do any form of checkout, why would you not want to use the #1 checkout? It's the best. And also, they have the not so secret, which is Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%. That's an amazing statistic. I mean, if nobody's buying from your store, what even is the point of having a store? What it means is way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform, better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web. In your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. You need to be accessible to people. That's the whole point of having a store. Consumers with so many different competitors, consumers will come to you if you make it easy for them. And that's what Shopify does. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. What I love about Shopify is no matter what your goals are, they have the tools to allow you to get there. Whether you're starting a small business whether you're operating something massive, they are the partner that you would want and taking you to whatever level your goal is. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we have and sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/face, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/face to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/face. So you're in deja vu, Jeff?
Oh my God. All right. This story's a little raw. I haven't thought exactly how to tell it yet, so I apologize if it's a little meandering. But Sunday night, I go to bed, go to sleep, probably at 1 or 2 in the morning. So I've been playing Warzone with the truck boys every night. And at like maybe 3:30, I get up to take a piss, as most men my age do. I go into my bathroom and take a piss. Pitch black, of course, right? But you know how to move around your room at night. Yeah. And I take a piss like normal. And as I'm coming back to my bed, I'm standing next to my nightstand about to get in. My mouth is dry because I have this stupid, what do you call it? Like mouth guard I have to use every night now. And I as I'm getting into bed, I see next to my nightstand, there's a white Monster energy drink sitting there. I think that I had put there literally at like 8:30 in the morning when I was getting ready and forgot about it. And it just sat there all day. And I thought, I'll just grab some of that to wet my mouth down and then go back to bed, right? And so I went to grab it and I pick it up and I drink it, just a little swig, and then I put it back on the nightstand. But somehow I put it on the nightstand wrong, and it falls over and it spills an entire giant white Monster. It's like going all down the floor. It's hit hardwood floor, a rug. It's everywhere, and it spills. It hits me in my jammies, so I'm covered in white Monster drink
now.
on my pants and my shirt. And Emily and the dog are snoring loudly next to me, right? And so I'm like, it's dark. I can't turn the lights on because I don't want Emily has to get up and go to work in the morning. And Emily works hard days. It's just 12-hour days. I try to be very respectful of that. And then if the dog wakes up, who knows? If he gets up, then we're all fucked, right? He's a heavy sleeper, but once he's awake, he's awake. And so I'm like, fuck, what do I do? I'm not the kind of person that can leave it till morning. I don't have that in me. I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep. So I go into the bathroom and I just grab a towel and I wet it down. And in the dark, I get on my hands and knees and I just scrub the floor as best as I can in the dark. And then I get another towel and I try to dry it all up and get it as clean as I can, as quietly as I can. And then I realize I have to change my clothes. So I go into the bathroom and I shut the door so I can take my jammies off and get the sticky stuff off my arms and legs or wherever not my legs, but my arms and like wherever it hit me, and then go put new jammies on and then go to bed. So it's like, I'm like 20 minutes in to getting up to take a piss at this point of trying not to wake them up. Monday night, the next night, I'm playing Warzone with the truck boys. About 2:00, I come to bed. I get into bed, put my head on the pillow and realize I have to take a piss. And it's like one of those ones where it's like, I could probably sleep till 6 or 7 a.m. and be fine, but I'd rather sleep well, right? And just get it out of the way. So I get back up, I go into the bathroom, I take my piss, I come back to my desk or to get back into my bed. And next to me, I see a Gerpler full of Italian limeade soda that I bought myself from Central Market or Whole Foods the other day as a treat. I was like, I deserve something special, something better than Diet Pepsi. So I bought this Italian soda that's like limeade, right? It's the stickiest, sugariest, sweetest thing ever. I had brought it upstairs with me at like 11 o'clock at night because I knew I was going to be playing with the truck boys all night long and you can get thirsty. And the last thing you want to do is go all the way back downstairs to your kitchen to get a drink and come back up. But once again, I had set it on the nightstand and forgotten about it. And it sat there the whole time I played trucks. So I go, I'll just have a sip of this. And I go to pick it up and I do, and everything's fine. And I take a sip and I set it back down. But I guess I set it on my glasses, my reading glasses. And so it falls, but it falls the other way towards the wall.
Oh, no.
And this thing it's a Gerpler, goddammit. It's full. And so also it rolls down, hits the ground, and goes dunk, 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 and rolls, making this large plastic bounce noise as it goes around. The sticky juice hits. Well, first off, what happens is I'm frozen. This is my deja vu nightmare. I look at it and I think this has already happened. This is no big deal. This has already happened. This happened last night. And so I don't do anything because I'm like not fully there. And I just watch it kind of before I can, like maybe 3 or 4 seconds before I realize, oh no, this is happening again right now. This just happened yesterday. It's happening again. How is this happening to me again? I don't understand it, right?
So you were you thought you might have been having a flashback at first.
Yeah, I just like, you ever have that where you're not fully there and you just freeze in the moment? You're like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not understanding what's going on in the world right now. Like, I'm existing I'm like unstuck in time, like in fucking, like in that book.
I love the idea of it being like in slow motion, bouncing all around, slush and liquid, and you're just like, this can't be right. This can't be happening.
This isn't.
Surely I'm unstuck like in Slaughterhouse. Yeah, and you're like, I don't have to deal with this right now because this already happened yesterday, right? And then I realize it and I go, oh God. And I look over and the dog and the wife are still asleep and it is so much more liquid. And so my first thought is to go down to my knees to see how bad it is. So I just drop to my knees into a puddle of liquid. So now my new jammies are soaked at the knees, just like completely and totally soaked, right? So I'm like, oh, you fucking double moron. Like, you're extra stupid. So I get up and I go into the bathroom and I take my fucking jammies off again. And then I get more towels and then I start to scrubbing and I start to cleaning. And this is somehow so much worse than the Monster Energy drink, this Italian soda. And it's just like, there's so much more of it and it's everywhere. And as I'm going through it in the dark, I realize it gets on. I wrote it all down to make sure I don't forget. It gets on my lamp, my laptop, my reading glasses, my phone charging station, my watch, my phone itself, the book I'm reading, all just covered in it, right? I also don't notice till the next day that even though it fell backwards, some of the water went forward as well, obviously. And the bottom drawer was slightly open on my nightstand. So I had a heating pad that just got covered in soda somehow. So that was all sticky and ruined. I didn't find that out till much later. And so I'm on the ground under my nightstand and my bed, like laying down to get, because I can't get under the bed well enough, on my knees. Like literally laying on the ground naked, just rubbing the ground with a wet and a dry towel for maybe 25 minutes this time. The whole time, doing it in the dark, so I don't want to wake up Emily and the dog. Put on new jammies, go to bed. The next night, I go, I'm not bringing anything with me to drink. I'm not doing it. It's never going to happen again, right?
No.
So I don't, and then everything's fine. Last night.
No!
Come on.
Jeff!
Last night. This is anticlimactic. Last night, we went to the Bill Simmons podcast live in Austin at the Paramount Theater. And so I didn't get a chance to eat dinner before I went. We didn't get home till about 11 o'clock. I swing by McDonald's on the way home, grab just some McDonald's for us. We eat dinner, and then we go upstairs to go to bed. I have a giant Diet Coke, like a large Diet Coke, with the top off, because I've been chopping on ice, and I set it on my nightstand, and then I look at it and I go, nope, not doing that. So I pick it up and I put it in the bathroom next to the sink. And then I go about my business. And then later, like an hour later, or maybe a half hour later, I go back into the bedroom and it's on the nightstand again. And I realized at some point I picked it up and put it back on the nightstand. And I went, nope, you're not tricking yourself that this time, dumbass. So I'd make an effort to go and put it back in the bathroom, right? Then I decide not to play trucks with the truck boy, or Call of Duty with the truck boys last night, and just to go to bed early. So I go to bed at it's like 11:30 by the time we go to bed, and maybe midnight. And at about 2 a.m., I have to pee. So I get up in the middle of the night and I go to the bathroom and I pee, and I'm coming back to the bathroom and I see the Diet Coke on the counter and I go, I'm safe. And I go to pick it up to have a victory sip because I'm so smart it's not on my nightstand, and I just punch it. I just punch it as hard as I can. I don't even know how. And it just goes straight into the sink. It just goes straight into the fucking sink. There's no mess, but I pour an entire Diet Coke and there's still some ice in it, not a lot, into the sink, and I just lose the entire thing, and I just can't believe it. And so I go to bed. But I don't know what to do now. I'm scared to go to bed tonight. Because it's 3 out of the last 4 nights I've spilled major amounts of liquid in the process of getting up to go to the bathroom. I'm terrified. I don't know how I'm stuck in this cycle. I don't know how to get out of it. I was conscious of it last night when I'm looking at my hand and I'm like, I'm going to have this Diet Coke is going to taste so fucking sweet at 2:15 in the morning because I'm not going to be cleaning it up 3 minutes from now. And then I still managed to just fucking karate chop it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Were you getting flashbacks to Purple Nightmare while you were cleaning up?
Didn't think about it at all. I wasn't thinking about anything other than misery. When you're on the ground at 3 a.m, rolling around in dog hair and, fucking dust bunnies under your bed, and you're just trying to clean up sticky liquid, you're not thinking about Purple Nightmare. I didn't have that many mental faculties going.
Why don't you just bring water to bed?
It's still, I mean, he'd still spill.
Yeah,
It's
but at least
easier
it
to
doesn't matter.
clean.
It does matter, dude. It matters if it gets into the walls, if it gets into the door, like it seeps under the floor. Like it still matters. It still gets into the electric equipment.
You need a sippy cup lid for your Gerpler.
I was actually thinking this is
smart.
the perfect opportunity to invent something. Gerpler silences. Like imagine a
you
little
need a
rubber
Gerpler
gasket.
silent. Yep.
One that is the perfect dimensions to push into the bottom of the Gerpler, and then a rubber O-ring around the rim with just like a little mouth-sized cutout. And that way, if you drop the Gerpler, completely quiet.
What you're describing is a GURP lid. We need to invent a GURP lid.
Yeah.
But also one for the bottom.
I would love a GURP lid because I have a problem with my desk where I have wires everywhere, just crossing and whatnot. And I will fill up my Gerpler at the middle of the night and then try to put on my desk and not be able to see because I'm in the dark, but just know it's wire, and being so scared of dumping that full giant cup of liquid all over all of my tech stuff.
What's in your night Gerpler?
What do you mean? Well, it's just water.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like I'll fill it up in the bathroom, go to sit down at my desk, and then I won't be able to see very well. And it is a thing of like, I got to really feel out where this cup is. I do not trust it. But a GURP lid, that would change. That is a game changer.
So you get water from your bathroom tap?
Yeah.
Why don't you just drink out of the tap?
What?
Well, do you come back and like finish a whole Gerpler of water?
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you not like, get up in the night to piss?
I piss all the time at night.
Oh, you just don't care.
I just I drink. I need to drink. I like drinking. I like having like something to sip on, whether it's water, mainly water. I'm a drinks guy, big drinks guy.
For the record, I'm not opposed to water at night. It just wasn't.
No.
I wasn't planning on most of those. It's just what happened to be around me in the moment,
I just don't think I don't think you should be allowed to have drinks at night anymore, Jeff. Like I think you might be done. I think this just might be it, dude.
I mean, the only night that I had peace was the night that I banned myself from taking a drink upstairs. So you might be right. I don't want to be of an age where I can't trust myself to pick up and drink of liquid past a certain time.
Yeah.
You might be there now. This might be it. Everything you're describing, this might be a right now thing, dude.
I think you need to put yourself in training. I think you need to work up to this.
You had to relearn how to drink properly in the dark.
You are coming at me with some aggression.
It's better than what you're doing now.
Yeah, that's exactly. I don't want this for you, but based on what you've described, I think what you need to do is start by drinking in the shower at night.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you want to drink, you have to go in the shower. Yeah.
If it spills on you, you could just shower off. You'll be fine. It's already in the bathroom.
Yeah, you have to keep all your drinks in the shower.
I think you start with the shower.
I just think you need a nice long straw. Big heavy cup and a long straw that goes to your mouth while you sleep.
He's going to miss. It's not, there. No way.
I got to be honest here, Gav. I think I like their idea more. Maybe I should only be able to drink in the shower because then there's like an intention behind it. It'll like, cause you're like half asleep, right? But if I have enough mental faculties to realize that I need to go into the special drink room, I'll be alert enough to probably drink fine in the drink room. And if I'm not, you're right. I can clean it up in that room right there immediately. And it's further away from Emily and the dog. And even if I spill it, it'll be loud as all hell if I drop a cup in that shower on that tile. But at least the cleanup will be faster.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can let the dog in the shower with you while you drink if that helps you.
No, he needs to be asleep.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
So, Andrew, as someone who drinks your bathroom water, do you ever drink the shower?
What? No.
Okay.
And sometimes, water gets in the mouth. Whatever happens. But I'm not like mouth open. I gotta refresh in the shower.
Why not?
You got soap going on. Yeah, you got hot water. I'm not a hot water guy. There are a few layers as to why I wouldn't. But if water ends up in my mouth, and I feel like I for the most part, spit it out, but I'm sure I've accidentally swallowed some.
But you wouldn't ever just be like, okay, I'm done with the shower. Let me turn this to cold and just have a drink.
No, because this is not really a convenient way to do it. It's like a shotgun blast to your face of water. Like, it's the spread. It would go everywhere. And then I'd have to re-dry myself. Like, it's a lot.
Go everywhere. You're already soaking wet, though.
Okay. I'm still wet, and I've just decided.
You just had the shower.
Okay.
Instead of turning off the shower, you turn off the hot. It's cold now. Have a little drink.
I think the problem is I don't want any other part of my body to be as cold as the inside of my mouth when drinking.
Like your lips and cheeks and stuff.
Yeah, my face. I'm going to blast myself with cold water. Like, even if I get 80%, that 20% is really not enjoyable.
It's not the most efficient way to do it either.
No.
Well, what if you had a shower funnel? You turn it to cold, you look up, it's all going in the funnel, and it funnels into your mouth.
That's a good idea.
I mean, what you're describing would work, but you're like creating a device that I didn't ask for.
You're never thirsty in the shower?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been. You know what? That's deep, Gavin. I don't think I've ever been thirsty in the shower. I don't think I've ever even considered being thirsty in the shower. I've been thirsty in the tub plenty of times.
Really?
That's a nightmare.
Well, you got a cold tap right there.
Yeah, but it's all the way on the other side of the. I'd have to. It's a lot of work.
Do you think if I only drink my nighttime drinks in the shower for spillage reasons, that I will become conditioned to be thirsty in the shower or get thirsty when I see showers?
Interesting.
That's
I don't know. I don't think you'll do it long enough. I think like you need to trust yourself after like 3 consecutive successful shower drinks to then move into the bathroom.
That seems pretty low given my track record, but I appreciate your...
But you have a lifetime of not doing it. So I feel like if you're comparing on an average...
I guess that's true. I have a bit of a recency bias, though.
You do. It's bad. The part of this story that I really enjoy that we haven't gone over yet is it from Emily's perspective. Because I'm sure all of this happened, and then the next day you were like, you are not going to believe what happened last night. I spilled. It was a disaster. I had to clean it up. I was trying to make sure you didn't wake up. It was a whole thing. To do that multiple nights in a row to Emily, I would love to have seen her face to learn that this happened consecutive times.
Here's how that conversation went. The first time I did it, I said that to her and she said, "Oh, I heard." And then the second time I did it, second time I did it, I didn't mention it to her at all. And she said, "Same problem again last night, huh?"
Oh, that's so bad.
And then the third, last night with the punching the soda into the bathroom. I don't think she had any idea. That was far enough away from her.
Emily rules. That's so funny. Hey, more drinking problems, huh, dipshit?
That's kind of the energy of it.
What if we cut a drink holder into your nightstand?
That's not a bad idea.
Now,
I like the idea
we're talking. Gavin, you're back on top.
I like that idea. I like the GURP lid. Maybe
I really like the GURP lid.
Instead of cutting a hole into my nightstand, maybe it's like a clip-on cup holder that we can.
I don't trust that. I don't trust that for you, honestly. But we you keep spitballing. I'm worried about
just
you mostly.
No, I understand.
Or have you seen one of those really heavy mugs?
Yeah, we should get you a near unmovable mug.
Yeah, and that way. There's no way you can knock it over. You'll probably
sort of like a mug Mjolnir, if you will.
Yeah, I have found a 22-pound mug.
Yeah, let's get him a Mjolnir.
Yeah,
I would consider that. That's an interesting idea too.
Well, but here's the issue though: is he's bringing liquids there, right? Like you'd have to fill this thing with the intent of drinking it there, and that hasn't been the case with these spills.
It's true. It's true. I'll just have to be a little more intentional about how I do this.
But I think that so much of what he's doing is knocking over this thing that if we got him a Mugnier again, that he's way less likely to knock it over.
Totally. I absolutely agree with that. My point was just that he keeps accidentally leaving liquid in these places. And if for him to use this, you'd have to intentionally put liquid in that spot. So he'd have to just change his thinking.
I have to show you guys this.
Please.
You know who the real loser in this whole thing is, and I just feel so bad for and bad
Is
about?
It you?
No, it's not me. I mean, I'm always going to be the loser in my story, right? I'm the lose-tagonist of all my my stories. But it's Emily. I've clearly begun my decline. I'm obviously on the back nine, whether I want to be or not, and she's stuck with it. You know, she got like 1 or 2 good years with me when we met, and then it's just a fucking steady race downhill.
Yep. So I found Heavy Mug, the world's heaviest mug. It's $155. We saved $65. The image that they show is so funny. The first image, okay, cool, backlit, neat. It says heavy with an asterisk. It also kind of a regulation logo, or not quite. It's more of a Red Hot Chili Peppers thing, but it's fine. The other one, it's on a motorcycle, cool. The third picture, the one that I sent you guys, it's filled with bullets.
Yeah. You guys put bullets? Yeah. Is that a U.S. thing?
It's a Texas thing. Everybody has a bullet mug.
I've never thought about it. But yeah, and also, oh my God, dude, 22 pounds. Dude, Jeff, we got to get this heavy mug for you. Yeah.
If you guys buy me that mug, I'll try to use it.
Jeff's in his Yosemite Sam era. He's filling it with ammo.
It's pretty cool.
If you knock this one over, you'll break your toes.
Is it bulletproof?
No kidding, dude.
Is there anything that's like it's bulletproof?
I don't know. There's a little video there where a guy puts it through a glass table because it's so heavy. And then there's also another one where they're cheersing, one with the glass mug and one with the heavy mug. And the heavy mug explodes the glass mug.
What's your nightstand made of, Jeff?
Wood.
Okay, I think we're all right.
I think all right. Okay. I think we should.
It's a pretty solid nightstand. I think I'm okay. Dude, can I tell you guys something concerning? I just looked down at my table and there was a little bit of blood on it. And I don't know where that blood came from.
What?
That's
mystery blood?
Are you all right?
Like, where's the blood coming from?
I don't know.
But no, I mean, like, touch yourself and see.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
No,
I'm looking. I don't know.
You definitely
I don't know
hit
where
your
I'm
knee.
bleeding from.
It would be your leg.
Your leg? Wait, what are you talking? Wait, where is the blood?
It's next to my keyboard. Here, I'm gonna.
So how would it be from his leg?
I thought I thought he was looking at his nightstand.
Why would he be looking at his nightstand in the middle of a podcast?
He's in the office.
You know what? Yeah, but I record in my bedroom, so I just put everybody in my mind table. We're all in our bedrooms right now.
So that really, the mind table is the mind bedroom.
That is.
That's a lot of blood.
That's a concern.
Jeff, what the hell?
It's not just a concerning amount of blood. It's also that it's smeared around everywhere.
Yeah, hold on. I'm wiping it off. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Is it? Are your hands bleeding? Do you have
I'm looking. I cut my elbow like 2 weeks ago, but I'm looking. That's not
you also cut your finger with a knife in the middle of
That's
potato.
not it. That's true.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago. It's not my elbow cut.
Are you knife juggling right now?
I don't even have a knife in front.
Okay.
I don't have a knife in front of me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
You know, I bet you if you had a big mug of bullets on your desk, that bleeding wouldn't have happened. Whatever happened would be scared to mess with you.
That's true.
Big old mug.
Point.
You're a bleeder.
I am a bleeder. Thanks. Yeah, I over-index on blood.
Yeah, you're probably the bloodiest friend I have.
I'm ready to pop at all times. Yeah.
I wish it was easier to test blood.
What do you mean?
Like does Elizabeth
crime
Holmes shows.
Waka, waka, waka. Oh, come on, that's joke of the day right there.
I thought that was
Not
pretty
for our
good,
audience,
man. I
but
like
that was pretty good.
I thought that was a good one. Topical, man. Topical.
Thank you.
Oh, she the blood lady?
Yeah, she's in prison though.
Yeah. She's the blood lady. What do you want to test blood for, Andrew?
When you come across blood, sometimes it's like, I wonder where that came from. I wonder if it's even mine. Whose blood is this?
How often are you finding random blood that could be
Not
yours?
often, but whenever I do, I go, where did that come from? And like Jeff saying it's not like he doesn't seem to know if it's his. It'd just be cool to be able to test it and go, oh, this is my blood.
I mean, it's got to be mine because I'm the only one that sits at this desk.
That's what I was going to say.
Ever in this room.
You would assume so, but you would know definitively if you could test it.
It's true.
I feel like blood that I've been surprised by, I always know is mine.
I mean, there wasn't blood there when I sat down today.
See? You assume it's yours because that's the rational thing to assume. But what if it's not? Whose blood could it be? I don't know.
I feel like whenever I found blood, it's guaranteed mine.
It would be weird if you were like had some sort of a blood leaving fetish where you would just like break into homes and then just like bleed a little bit and then leave.
Ew.
The DNA bandit.
I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't like it either.
They'd catch you so fast.
You say the DNA bandit, but you're leaving your blood behind, which bandits, it's the opposite, right? Don't they steal typically?
Yeah, I feel like the DNA bandit might take blood from people, but then that's a vampire, and he's getting into murky territory here.
Yeah, but the wet bandits used to flood the house they robbed.
What does that have to do with what you're saying?
No, you're right.
They left behind the wet.
Yeah.
Right.
And if this continues the argument, I'm on Gavin's side.
Was that really a plot point of that they would flood the house, the wet bandits?
Yes. That was like their whole name. That was like their thing, right?
The Wet Bandits.
I don't remember that.
Why were they called the wet bandits?
No idea. I just thought it was,
Bandits! Don't freaking remember it! Wet Bandits! It was a major subplot of the film.
I mainly watched Home Alone when I was like 6 or 5. I don't know. Didn't stick. That was not a detail that was important to me, I guess. Terrified of mobster stuff.
When was the last time you saw Home Alone?
In its entirety, probably like 20 plus years ago.
Oh, you got to watch it at Christmas, son.
Dude, I see that movie 3 times a year probably still to this day. I would love to watch it with you.
Clips of it a lot. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun to watch. Great group watch. But it's one of those things where I get clips. Every once in a while, I'll go, I want to see some Home Alone, and I'll watch some stuff, and that'll kind of fill the need. I haven't like sat down and done a full watch.
Maybe this summer we could have Christmas in July and we could sit down and watch Home Alone together.
I love
on the hottest day of the year.
we could release the GTA snowman videos we made in December and then do a Home Alone watch along.
Can we hold the GTA snowman videos till July and have Christmas in July this year and do a watch along and do some other Christmas related content?
It'll be like forcing the whole audience to be Australian.
That's great.
Not bad. It's not bad.
I like it.
Eric was not on board and you just got him on, Gavin. That was good.
Well, because we keep getting hit for it, but shit, man, we just put out a video. We just put out GTA Deadline, and somebody's like, I think this was recorded in June. And it's like, all right, I mean, we can hold on to Christmas videos until July if that's the case. So let's do it.
People complaining about things being not timely. We're serving them timely in March. Things are getting crazy. The most timely videos.
We're serving them timely
in March.
Mario Party March.
Mario Party March.
Oh, I just did. I thought you were talking about right. I didn't understand. Sorry,
Andrew. I thought that was an excellent segue.
30 days of consecutive Mario Party, and we're releasing it essentially as we film it. Couldn't be more timely.
Could not be more difficult to do.
It's going to be.
It's so.
So we learned, just to explain the idea fully, that you can exit a game of Mario Party, save, and then come back to that. And I pitched the idea of doing one turn at a time of the most amount of turns you can have in a game, which is 30. So for 30 consecutive days, we are all going to group up in the morning, play one turn of Mario Party, then save and quit, and have to wait until the next day to continue the game. And we will be posting these daily as we do it.
One day after.
Yeah. So this will be on Patreon. So check the Patreon, subscribe. This is where you'll be able to watch it. And this is still insane. Like, this is still crazy.
We'll also put out the full video at the end.
Yes. So is it free on Patreon or is it for members only
That's
on
up
Patreon?
To you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. We never talked about that.
I think it could be free. The only reason we don't want to put it on YouTube is that it might murder the channel with a bunch of...
It's going to absolutely murder the channel, like putting up a 36-hour compilation of content.
Also, we just had so much fun doing the Advent calendar, and we wanted to kind of have that kind of fun again in some daily way. And so I think this really scratches that itch.
So it'll be free on the Patreon as long as you're a member, which there's a free membership.
So just sign up for free.
You can
give all of your personal information to Patreon for us
every day with us. And if you don't want to do that, at the end of all the days, we'll release the full video of all the days put together on our YouTube gaming channel. I cannot wait. It's going to be hell. There's going to be so much rage.
It's such an interesting game to do like that as well, because there'll be potentially like when the Jamboree buddy comes down on the map and then we play a mini game to see who gets him. And there'll be such celebration, and potentially the next day, someone could just run past you and take him.
Yes.
Without doing anything.
Thinking about the game we just played, I had a plan laid out. I had all the pieces on turn 6, and by turn 12, the game and you guys had fucked me out of my plan So just imagining me being so excited one night, being like, oh, I've got everything lined up. And then each day for a consecutive week, just a phase of my plan getting destroyed with me not being able to do anything about it. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of built up.
It's interesting that we're going to have to set an alarm every day, like even across all the weekends for a whole month.
I'm so excited for this. We've been, Gavin, you and I specifically have been doing this kind of content together for closing on 2 decades now, right? Like a very long time together. And I get so genuinely giddy and jazzed anytime there's an opportunity to do something we've never done before or film something in a way we've never done it before. And it's really rare that you get those opportunities because, you know, we've reinvented the wheel 16,000 times at this point. But we've never done anything like this before, and I'm so excited to see how it goes. And I think it's going to be miserable in all the right ways, and I just can't wait to see.
It is a terrifying thing to take on from a production standpoint, but it is one of those things where once we get on the other side of it, I think learning from this process will open up a lot of possible fun avenues for different content ideas going forward.
I mean, like, the idea came from Andrew doing the advent calendar, which was really great because he did a really great job kind of producing that, putting it all together or whatever. And then we got like, oh my gosh, this was so exciting because we put out something every day. Andrew pre-recorded those with us. We batch recorded those in like a few days. We can't do that with this. We have to just get together every day and do this. There's so much like room for error and disaster. This this is not good. This is not good.
Speaking of error and disaster, does anybody currently have any plans to go out of town in March?
I was.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
March.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. I didn't either.
Huh.
I didn't
Sounds
either.
like you might have. Are you sure?
It's possible. It's possible that might have changed slightly.
You could do it. You just need to bring a Switch and bring a microphone.
What if I'm
with you.
home? What if I'm home by 11:30 the next morning, and we can record just a few hours late at noon?
I'm curious about what you mean by that because I'm pretty sure I'm looking at our calendar. It says 9 a.m. every day.
I know, but what if I had to push it back for a couple of hours just because I'm a dad and I got to be a dad?
Yeah, what if I got to do that every Friday?
Every Friday?
It's going to fall apart so quickly.
It's not going to fall apart. We're going to hold it together, but we are going to have to deal with these little roadblocks.
I am the one that has sacrificed the time. I don't want to hear this from you guys.
Yeah, I dressed to wake up even earlier.
At 7 a.m. to make content, which is like, I know, like, in the grand scheme of work, like, that is so fortunate. Like, I've had actual really tough jobs. Like, I know, incredibly blessed, but like, I am not a morning person. So like having to try to be on at 7 a.m. each day is going to be a little bit of a process.
You're a morning person if it's like 4 a.m. though. Like you're that kind of morning person.
You do most of your emailing and slacking at like 5:15.
I'm an evening person, or I'm like I sent you guys all something today, except Jeff, because you're not going to be available for it. And I did that because I had a terrible sleep and I woke up, sent that, and then went back to bed.
Is it because you had to piss a gallon of water?
No, it wasn't.
Is it because you had to clean up a gallon of water that somehow found its way to the ground?
Yeah, it was. That's steady. You got a crystal ball.
I have a question about your pillow situation while we talk about you sleeping.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of pillows because, I mean, the way I see it, it's kind of like they slip down the back of the bed, right? And then you just need more pillows because they keep going down.
I'm experimenting a little bit and being a no pillow guy.
Jesus Christ.
What the?
How do you go from 8 pillows to no pillows? You're going to snap your neck in half.
This is so COVID really screwed me up from like my sleep patterns. I need to sleep upright now, or at least I was so like I spent so long having to do that. It feels unnatural not to do that now. So I've been experimenting with just using the wall as my pillow and sleeping that way.
I need to buy a ticket to Vancouver Island. I gotta watch you sleep.
That's all right.
Can we buy you a headboard?
That would be really nice.
I'll install it. Like if you'll let me come up, you'll let Gavin and I come up.
Yeah, you can get pillowed headboards.
We'll buy a headboard in the NYMO and we'll come set it up for you.
Last December, I bought a new bed frame that has a headboard that's part of it, but it's too heavy to carry up all the stairs. So it's still there. So I've had this.
Wait, how long has it been there?
Last December, not the previous December we had, the December before.
2023?
2020, yeah.
You just need somebody to help you move a headboard for call me, dude.
It's really heavy.
Hey, dude, I have so much time in March to travel now.
How did the bed get up there?
Yeah, you know what? Here's the bed. Like getting the bed up there was kind of like, that's all we had. That's all we got.
What?
And
like that's all you had in you?
Yeah, I'm still recovering from getting the bed up. That was heavy. It's a big bed.
2023?
Yeah, listen, we're trying to get the confidence together, the morale to get the bed frame.
Get it together. Get your freaking headboard up there.
I'm getting it up. I have to. We want to get into the specifics of this. We have some stuff we need to move around, and I also still have like 4 broken chairs that are just taking up space from out the years. So we're gonna have somebody come in to take those away because those have to go to the dump, which is a different process.
Weren't they all on the balcony though?
I think I might have one on the balcony.
What was the broken thing on the balcony?
I have 2 broken chairs in the bedroom right now. One of them is the half chair, which I've turned into like a table of sorts. And then my Herman Miller I have a walk-in closet and it's in there.
Why'd you keep all this junk for you?
No, because it's tough to get rid of the chairs. I actively want to get rid of it. It's just they're heavy, they're bulky, and they have to go to a specific place.
Well, for a start, the Herman Miller, you can almost certainly get swapped under warranty.
That is what so that has been the one where it's like, I need to keep this because I need to figure out the warranty. Or I was looking into replacing the seat myself. I think I could do that. But the other chairs are like just completely broken. So I need to get rid of those, create a lot more space.
I love the way you have to work up to just regular tasks.
If you'll let Gavin and I or some contingent of regulation come up and spend 3 days with you, we can revolutionize your life. We can make things so much easier and simpler for you.
First of all, always welcome to come up. Second of all, I'm in the process of that right now. Very excited.
Okay.
Wait.
I look forward to hearing more about that in the coming episodes.
Oh, it's going to be soon. Next few weeks.
Where is it downstairs?
It's as soon as you walk in the front door. It's just in the entryway.
Are you not sick of looking at it?
No. It's just a box. It's a cardboard box.
Okay. We're definitely...
You've had a box there for over a year.
I don't see it often.
We can't come in March, and I've got something it's late April.
It's going to be set up before the end, before March.
If that headboard, I'm gonna tell you right now, Andrew, as one of your best friends on earth, I tell you this with peace and love. If that headboard is in your hallway on your first floor by the 3rd week of April, you will not be able to stop me from coming up and installing it for you. It's just not gonna happen. If you don't get it taken care of before then, it will be handled by me.
Here's my only concern: is when I bought it, I ordered it off of Amazon, and I saw some of the reviews said that they were missing parts from it. So I'm a little concerned about that. That's the only hurdle I have.
I assume there's a hardware store in Canada.
You've been concerned about it since 2023?
It's been a thought since 2023.
It's going to be hard to return it if it's missing parts at this point.
When you open it and find out when you could still return it.
Then I'd get parts everywhere.
Well, not all of them.
I got bit like this one time, Andrew, when we were back in my old house in my previous life, right? We were redoing the living room for some reason, and we bought a sofa, and it came shrink wrapped together, and we couldn't unshrink wrap it and put it together because the house was all in a jumble, right? So it ended up just kind of sitting there and became part of a project that took months and months to finish, and it just kept getting pushed from room to room. And at some point, we finally opened up the sofa, and it was cracked in half, and it was too late to return it.
Oh no!
Because we'd passed the window to return it, and I just bought a $1,800 sofa that was broken and I had to throw away. So open and check for the parts sooner than later,
Absolutely.
I guess would be my
recommendation. And if it was a large investment, I definitely would be more on top of it. I got it pretty cheap, so not as much of a concern.
Is it soft?
Is what soft? The
headboard.
I have no idea. I don't even remember what it looks like fully, to be honest.
Well, why were you talking about that? We were talking about getting you like a pillowed one.
Yeah.
So you can sleep upright.
Yeah, like mine's soft.
Oh, I guess I brought it up because that was the solution to the problem I had, and I've had it. I just haven't been able to implement it.
How would that be the solution?
Because one of my issues is that the bed moves from the wall, and so by
Right, 'cause
having
you're
a
leaning on the wall.
headboard, the wall comes with me.
Can I make a new prediction for 2025?
Of course.
Andrew breaks his headboard.
No,
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good prediction.
No,
If you constantly are pushing your bed away from the wall, you're going to snap that headboard off.
I guess it's possible, but we'll see.
Now that's a not to derail us here, but that's an interesting idea. Should we have a mid-season check-in, like in around June or July or August,
Sure.
where we see how our predictions are going, and then maybe everybody
During
gets to make one more prediction,
Oh, I like that.
like a mid-year prediction.
What if it was like a 10-second long thing and I just said, y'all still married? And then we just moved on.
So is it that you can't fall asleep lying down? Or you actually have to sleep upright?
It's just something where like when I had to sleep upright because I got so sick and I couldn't breathe otherwise.
Yeah.
And now just nothing else feels natural. So I just have to sit up.
Because I wonder if you could start sleeping, set up, and then we could get a bed that just lowers you down after you've fallen asleep.
That naturally kind of happens. And then I
you
end
just
up
kind of
adjusting.
slump down.
I end up, sliding down naturally.
How do you try and fall asleep bolt upright, though?
I close my eyes.
What's relaxing about that enough to like drop off?
I don't know. I had to, like, it doesn't bother me. I just sit upright.
That's really impressive.
Oh, holy shit!
You okay?
I just got news. San Antonio Spurs announced Victor Wembanyama will miss the rest of the season with a blood clot. Dude,
Did you?
that's what.
God.
Wait.
I was going to sign off with this and say, hey, Nick, check this out. And then send this picture.
Dude,
Yep. Hey, Spurs tickets should be pretty cheap.
blood clots are fucking career enders. Like, no joke. That ended Chris Bosch's career.
Yep.
Commanded
That's
life
not
as well.
that's not a thing you fuck around with. It's in his
Nope.
shoulder. God, that sucks.
That's
Yep.
awful.
That sucks for Nick.
What's scary is that really super athletic people get blood clots, and there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks for Wemby. Shit.
I know we're getting a little bit long. I have a clip I really want to play. I have something very exciting to bring to this. This is an old clip. We've been talking about history. I think there are probably people that listen to the show that weren't even around for this era. But you may remember way back in the past, we once had a pencil trial on this show that went very well. Everybody
Doesn't ring a
loved
bell.
it. And we had a whole thing between, it was myself against Jeff and Gavin over whether I needed to eat this pencil or not. And Eric found a website that called Hired Judge, which I became a judge on, and people could give rulings. So I'm gonna play this clip related to that, and then you'll find out why.
Hello, this is Shaheen Davari. I'm from Hired Judge. I also was an attorney for 3 years and went to law school. And so I'd like to start by saying at the very top that it is patently obvious to anybody who both listens to the podcast and understands the scenario that Andrew should, in fact, have to eat a pencil. First, he made the agreement and made the bet. And I want to say that up top because there was some type of backtracking that Andrew was trying to pretend that truth isn't truth and it wasn't really him. But truth is truth, my friend. It was clearly your voice and it was recorded, and that evidence definitely weighed heavily on the decision here today. Second, the crackpot legal defense team did not do their job enough to get paid. So I really hope that you did not pay these people. Saying that you didn't properly define a term in the contract isn't necessary in oral agreement contracts, and it's not necessary in contracts. What's necessary in a contract is an understanding between the parties as to what the pencil is. You both understood what you meant by pencil. No lead. You don't want any lead. You don't want someone to get poisoned. Graphite pencils are perfectly harmless to eat in very small amounts, meaning one pencil. And so buck up and eat the fucking pencil.
Remember
this is
it well.
in favor. And now, okay, so you're reminding us that you welched on the bet again. You're bringing this all to the
Still
forefront
haven't-
again.
still
And this,
need the
I'm
pencil.
so
That's
excited
an
for
aside.
whatever turn this is
That
about
is an
to
aside.
take.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
No. You're going to understand in a minute. This is crazy. Shaheen Davari, honorable man. He is competing on Survivor this season.
What?
A contestant.
Way!
Shaheen Davari, the guy that was a judge in my pencil ruling, is
This
a
is our
cast
guy.
member on this upcoming season of Survivor that starts next week.
What?
Did you just see the cast list and be like, I recognize that name?
Somebody on, I don't remember where, and I tried to find them, brought up that this was a thing, and I went, there's no fucking way that that's true. And then I confirmed it, and I could not find whoever's comment it was. Thank you so much, whoever commented and made this connection. I went back and I listened, and then I looked into this. Same guy. The pencil judge is on Survivor this season, and
It's
I
such
am
a shame he didn't put that as his occupation.
Yeah.
Pencil judge.
I haven't watched the last 2 seasons of Survivor. I couldn't be more into this season of Survivor. I gotta see how. I feel like we're Team Shaheen.
You've missed out, dude. This last season of Survivor was one of the best. It was so good.
I don't watch Survivor. I might have to watch Survivor.
I think as a show, we gotta be locked in on this. I think we gotta.
Yeah.
We should do little watch parties and cheer for him, and I'll stop watching it as soon as he gets voted off.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Dude,
do
this
all
is-
of that, but continue watching it.
I
This
cannot
is
wait.
awesome. This is so, Andrew, this is crazy.
Insane.
If he wins, oh my God.
I can't imagine. Imagine if he's like a Russell Hantz like villain. I'm like, oh, there's so many. I have no idea. We're gonna find out. I cannot wait, and I wish him the best of luck.
We have 1 degree of separation from
Yeah.
Survivor.
Yeah, it's not like he's on some dog shit show that none of us
No.
have heard of. He's on Survivor, which you talk about all the time.
One of my favorite shows growing up, and I've only recently sort of fallen off of, but I'm back on, fully invested.
Let me ask you this, and then we can start wrapping up here in just a minute. He's going to be on this, but he ruled against you, Andrew. He said that
Yes.
you need to eat the pencil. Do you think that that's going to sort of shade the way that you
So
see
that's-
him as he makes decisions throughout the season?
Such a great question, Eric, and that was as immediately confronted with, do I want him to win or should I be actively cheering against him? And it ultimately came to, he was always in the right on the ruling. The ruling was the right call. It would be insane for me to be against him because he was right. I was being a shit in that scenario. And I feel like just further being a shit is not the answer. So I'm fully on his team.
Wow.
Cheering for Shaheen. I can't wait. I cannot wait to watch this season now. We got a regulation contestant.
Yep.
Dude, we're Davari heads. I love this.
I think if he wins, you got to eat the pencil.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys have a consensus. That's awesome. That's great.
I did. You know, one of us did predict it would happen in 2025 in the Nostradamus draft. So
Yeah, I reckon
Very
you gotta
interesting.
Suck down some of that plum bum.
I just had to share that. I'm so excited. And
That's phenomenal.
that is
yeah.
unbelievable.
What a
cool.
crazy
Also-
coincidence.
Also, please do me a favor and watch the last season of Survivor, Andrew.
I
It
will
was
I will
so
get
good.
there. Yes, I promise.
The one before I don't care about, but this last one is good.
I'll watch it. Oh,
Should we fuck
we
off?
should
then? Is
wrap
that
up
enough?
because you have to go, don't you? You have to get on a flight or something.
I do. I'm leaving here to go to the airport. Yeah.
He's trying to get all of his travel in before March hits.
The one tiny trip in March that I immediately booked after I agreed not to go on any trips in March.
You know, when you told us about this trip, and you were like, obviously, I've mentioned this months ago, but it's coming up, and I just want to remind everyone that I'm out of town on Thursday. That was the first time you told us, right?
No, I don't think so. I think I put it in the Slack the second it happened.
Here's what we're going to have to do. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pay for Slack to see if Jeff let us know or not.
And either way, I win. Either we pay for Slack and I'm wrong and I get a paid for Slack, or we pay for Slack and I'm right and I get a paid for Slack.
What are you going to do with a paid for Slack?
I don't know. Argue better.
Scroll back and
You think you let us know
Help
before
Nick.
December?
Help Nick find that file he's looking for.
Yeah, so
thank
wait,
you.
if you have to scroll that far back in Slack, you let us know like 3 months ago?
I would assume so. Yeah, it's been planned for a very long time.
Okay. All right. We'll have to, we'll take a look. We got to get paid for Slack and then we'll do it.
Can you host your own Slack server, or do you have to pay them?
I don't know how it works. I think you probably have to pay them, I assume. I don't know.
Assholes.
It all exists on their server. They just have locked it away from us.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If you have a better solution, I'd love it, but that's what we're locked in with right now.
And we'll find out next time, potentially. Did we pay for the Slack? Did we not?
Mm-hmm.
Tune in next week.
Do we have Nitro?
I do.
Yeah.
Why do I have
Eric
it?
does. Yeah, where's mine?
I pay for it personally.
Yeah, I don't care if you have Nitro. I don't give a shit.
Could I have Nitro?
No.
Yeah, me.
You have a fucking company credit card. Use it.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it without talking to you guys. I'll just start buying
well,
shit.
that makes
I think it's the premise of how do you have Nitro? I paid for it. I just pay for it. You can pay
I was
for
asking,
it.
like, I know, dumbass. I'm saying,
You're the one that asked.
Did Eric give it to you? And I was going to kick off about it. Well, I know that now, don't I?
I don't have a company card.
I wasn't. Wait, what? I wasn't saying physically how do you have it? Like, what was.
If anybody legitimately wants a company card, I can get one issued for you.
Why doesn't Nick have one?
Yeah, why not?
Why does he need one? Why do you need one? Why did I give you one? I don't even know.
To buy games that we play?
Yeah, just give yours to Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give yours to Nick and then he'll have one.
I used it for buying a domain.
Considering that when I got a company card for Let's Play, I was told explicitly you two could not be trusted with them. The fact that you both just have them.
Well,
Very
I
funny.
told them when we worked at Rooster Teeth, I told them up front that I wasn't going to do any reporting for it. And they said, okay, we won't give you one. And I said, fine.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wouldn't. I knew that it would annoy them and it would annoy me. I might as well just not have one.
Can I tell you guys something funny? I was going through like old mail the other day and just like cleaning up my my house. And I found a letter from American Express that I had just never opened. And I opened it up and it was my new credit card from Rooster Teeth. I guess I had just never noticed and activated my final Rooster Teeth American Express card. So,
It's pretty cool.
Perfect time to activate it.
yeah, I did not activate it.
Do you think it works if you did?
I do not think it works. I'm
I
sure
don't
that
think there's
turned
anything
off a
it's
long
tied to
time ago.
anymore.
They finally killed my email access 3 weeks ago. I'm sure that the credit cards went away a long time ago.
What if it's just linked directly to the Warner Media account?
Then you'd be committing some sort of illegal activity by using it, I would assume.
What if it's just Bernie's now?
Yeah, just charge it against him. It's fine.
That's funny.
Yep. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Should we really
Wait,
fuck
wait.
off this time?
Yeah.
Wait, where'd
go.
the blood come from? Where'd the blood come from?
Oh, I don't know. There's no more.
Sweet.
I don't
There's
know.
no more.
There's no more blood. I forgot about it. I don't see
Let's
it.
wrap up, I guess.
All right.
Right.
Well, there you go. You have now listened to the 40. What episode was this?
Go ahead.
Second?
No. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
42nd episode of the Regulation Podcast from start to finish. I assume it would be weird if you just fast forwarded to this part. Although, hey, man, whatever floats your boat. I'm not here to yuck your yum, as the young kids say these days. Thanks for listening. I know it's the worst, right? It's not collab bad, but it's up there. Thanks for listening to another episode. I hope it was entertaining for you. It was certainly something on our end. And we'd appreciate it if you'd let somebody in your life know about the Regulation Podcast. Maybe a friend, family member, coworker, doctor, accountant, advisor, maybe your HR department, old teacher, maybe a childhood friend, maybe a childhood bully that you're trying to reconnect with, maybe somebody that you need to make a lifelong apology to, maybe somebody that you've had a
Can you
crush on
please
your
end this
entire
so you can
life.
go to the fucking airport?
Maybe it's just Eric. I don't know. But let somebody know if you wouldn't mind. We'd appreciate it. And we'll be here next week saying the same dumb shit. I imagine Gavin's balls will come up at some point. So you don't want to miss that. Bye-bye.
Eric left.
Yeah, you did.
What is this, face?